It's Dave again from Tabletop Journal, and we're back with Deconstructing Disposables with Scott and Andy, and today we're talking about full meals versus individual portions, and how do we go about, with all these great containers, how do we go about planning on what to use for which type of meals and so forth. So guys, where do we go with all this?
The world is your oyster. You can have whatever you want, but it's really about finding the right product for your business. With the world of food, there's so many different types of cuisine coming out there, and you can have mezza platters, you can have family-sized meals. You're serving in your restaurant, but you're packaging things to go. You're just packaging leftovers, and you really want to get a good understanding of what you're trying to accomplish by choosing the right packaging. So is there a right thing to choose? You know, there's no one bullet that's going to solve everything, but you have to have an understanding of a couple things. You have to have an understanding of, do the compartments work for your business? Can you fit the main item in this, and will the compartments fit okay for your sides? Or do you need to have two different containers, one for your main dish and one for your sides? Something else to consider is lid height. Is the height of the lid going to be able to fit your food, or are you going to need something a little bit higher because you've got the most massive burger in town and you want that to be your staple item and people to recognize exactly who you are, and then that you're the place to go to for that item. Those are all things you want to consider. But we can do products now in all sorts of formats, even in small little compartmented containers where you give people a taste.
But I could envision somebody putting everything into one container, an operator putting everything into one container to try and save money. Does that ever happen? And you might recommend that, okay, you may have to have one or two smaller containers for the side dishes?
Yeah, you can go both ways. Again, it's really where you are from a budget standpoint. If you're a brand new operator, you have the opportunity to really build that budget with your packaging involved. If you're an existing restaurateur, you may have an opportunity when prices go up through your food costs and things, and you're adjusting pricing, to really look at that and say, hey, how can I make this and give it a better experience for my customer? Something simple is, if you're selling tacos in your restaurant and you want to do a takeout program on it, and you're putting it in a simple one compartment container, what's going to happen when it gets to your customer? Generally, it's going to fall all over the place and it's going to splatter everywhere. So it may not be what you want in the restaurant for your customer to have to put it together. However, if you give them the opportunity to say, we'll give you the shells here and all the mixings and everything together, and give them that at least a better experience at home.
Yeah, and you've got a taco insert there that I've never seen before. That's a great tool to keeps them separate, keeps the tacos intact, and travels well.
Definitely, and it comes right out. So if you're looking at being able to use different types of products over and over again, this gives you that opportunity to take it from inside to out and be able to use it for multiple opportunities.
And certainly when you're talking about whether to use one container or multiple containers or even an insert like that, it really probably depends a lot on the type of restaurant, the quality of it. An upscale restaurant probably has a little bit more flexibility to use multiple containers. A lesser expensive restaurant, or something in the $10 to $15 range, probably has a little more constricting budget to consider when they're adding.
All of the containers are going to be fixed to the cost of the meals, and you do want to consider a couple other things. You do want to consider, are your foods saucy? Are there going to be gravies and sauces that are going to run from one product to the next? Do you want to keep them separate? And then the other thing is are the products just ordered individually at the restaurant, and you want to give that same capability to your customers when they get home?
Wow, a lot to think about. And tips for today?
Tip of the day. When choosing your packaging, try and identify, are you choosing the packaging because it's right for you, or are you trying to choose the packaging because it's right for the customer? There's options that are hinge containers, great for the operator. You don't have tops and bottoms running all over your kitchen, easy to organize, but sometimes it's cumbersome for your client. Maybe they prefer to have something that's two pieces so they can take it home, open it up, and eat right out of it. There's no one magic bullet for anything, just as we said before, but sometimes you got to think, who are you trying to satisfy when choosing your packaging?
There's a lot to think about here. So that's it for today for Deconstructing Disposables. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.